Hello, it's Jane here, and I'm here today with the help of my friend Jim to launch the second year of the Transatlantic Melon Challenge. And if you don't know what the Transatlantic Melon Challenge is, you'll have all the cards and all the links in the comments below to go and find out what we actually did last year. Because basically, we decided that Jim over at the Lake Effect Gardener is in the States, so everyone on his side of the Atlantic was on his team, and I'm clearly in the UK, so everyone on my side of the Atlantic was on my team, and what we all tried to do was to grow the best melons that we possibly could, or in my case, just a melon. Because it was something I'd never tried before. I didn't even know that you could do in the British climate, but clearly you can, because some of the results were fantastic. But I gave it a go, and over that year of everybody sharing and showing their successes and failures, I learned quite a lot. So hopefully I'm going to give it a go again this year and see if I can do any better. So yeah, if you want to be on my team, great. If you want to be on Jim's team, have a little look at his video. But I'm going to shut up now, because what I'm going to do is hand over to the conversation that Jim and I had the other day, which will explain a lot more about how to go about it and how to join in.
Right. Yay! So we're live. Let's talk. Let's talk melons for the year number 2.
I know.
Hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge.
All that stuff. Yeah. Who'd have thought? It's a year ago since we first started this Transatlantic Melon Challenge. I'm in exactly the same place. I think maybe you are as well, Jim. But we have changed our tops. Which, it's not all been filmed in one long loop. We have moved on ever so slightly. But
yes.
Yeah, Transatlantic Melon Challenge, Jim. How do you think it went last year?
Everything was wonderful last year. Despite a few hiccups, and everything in regards to our participation was really, really nice. We want to get more people involved this year, though, don't we?
Absolutely. And it's so if you weren't familiar with the challenge, it's such a mouthful to say. So it might be shortened at some point. But what we did last year, and we're going to continue to do this year, is we asked people all over the world to join in with our Transatlantic Melon Challenge. And basically, those on Jim's side of the pond were on Jim's team, and those on my side of the pond were on my team. And we basically just all tried to grow melons outside. And for me, it was fun because I'd never, ever grown them before. I didn't have great results, but it didn't matter. It was a learning curve, as gardening always is. And I learned quite a lot along the way. And so Jim and I were talking earlier this year, and we said, should we do it again? Because I think it's gaining a bit of momentum. I think the feedback that I had from most people was just they'd really enjoyed it, and they'd really enjoyed a challenge of trying to grow something new, something different, maybe something they wouldn't otherwise have done. So how did yours do, Jim?
My melons did pretty good. The ones that survived, my cantaloupes were munched, my outdoor cantaloupes, and my outdoor watermelons were also munched. But luckily I had those spares in the tunnel, and I got a couple of nice watermelon, which they were superb. I actually saved seed from it. Actually, my dad gave these to me because I gave him one of the watermelons, and I told him to save the seed for me. So I got, if anything, I got to harvest more seed. How about you, Jane? How did yours go?
Mine, it's difficult to put into words, but it went great. They started off great. I grew mine in the polytunnel, and I was watching yours, Jim, and seeing how well yours were doing, and thinking, mine are going to catch up with Jim's anytime soon. And I ended up with, I think it was 7 of the watermelon didn't do it all, but the Minnesota midget ones, cantaloupe melon, I ended up with about 7 of them, none of which was bigger than a tennis ball. So, but they grew.
Yeah.
They grew, and we still had a bit of a tasting session at the end of the season. And oh my goodness, just the smell of this tiny, tiny melon once you've cut it open, that sweetness. Oh, that is just something to behold. You know, that seemed to make it worth it. But yeah, I've learned a few things along the way that I would definitely be doing differently this year. Do you want me to tell you what my secret is? What my learning, it's not a secret, but my learning curve took the direction of water more and make sure when I plant it, I've got it in some really good moisture retentive soil, because the water just goes. I mean, when you think they are mainly water, aren't they? Like tomatoes. I clearly wasn't watering them enough or looking after them enough. They're hungry. They're hungry, thirsty plants. And, you know, if we want to eat them, we're going to have to look after them first. So yeah, that was my learning curve. What about you?
It was definitely the same idea. That self-watering container that I had my watermelons in, it was brilliant. It worked really, really well. Yeah. I would also suggest, if you're growing them outdoors, to keep them mulched.
Yeah.
For the moisture retention. And
well, exactly, it's all about the moisture, isn't it, really?
It is,
you know,
it is.
And feeding them.
I mean, I probably would have known more about it had they grown to a decent size if they weren't, you know, munched by animals. So my other suggestion would be to, you know, erect a fort around them, something that's impermeable by Mother Nature's little critters. So
yeah.
You know. But I don't know about you, Jane, but like, I'm thinking also much bigger when it comes to the challenge. Was I mean, we always talk about this as YouTubers. We got to meet a lot of really cool people that maybe we didn't have a lot of interaction with through our normal videos and through the channel. But the interaction that we had, I made a lot of really nice friends, and I got to see a lot of people, how they grow. People who don't have channels of their own. We're sharing a lot of really cool things. So and
again, that, you know, we've said before that's the YouTube gardening community for you. And it's what's nice is these people are wanting to do it again this year, and I think word's got round, and we've got more people joining in. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm really pleased actually, Jim, that you know that we've agreed to do it again this year, because it could have just been a one-off thing, you know. But it's quite nice.
We finally have our sea legs, you know. We kind of know what to expect, you know, and because of that, we can kind of let our hair down a little bit more this time around.
Absolutely.
Even though North America's going to win.
Oh no, it isn't. But the thing is, as well, we might even, or certainly I might even, be able to give some advice this year, because last year I was just, you know, doing what it said in the book, you know. And it's okay. I've got Mike coming to one side here with
So last year that was about the size of the.
Yeah, he's saying that was about the size of my watermelon.
This year.
But this year we're aiming for a large orange.
Yes.
Okay, if we can get anywhere near that will do me.
I think that's as big as they actually get. I don't even know if they get that big. I've had them a few years, and they don't get much bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I didn't do too badly.
I don't think you did.
I think as well, though, like I said, I've got, sorry, that was just props, you know.
I love it. Like out of nowhere, they just appeared.
Stage left, you know. But I'm wondering, I was saying I had 7 on one plant. Maybe I should have trimmed them down and just kept 3 and let all the good, you know, I don't know. I know somebody last year told me to trim the actual vine down to encourage side shoots, but I think that's just going to encourage more smaller fruit. So I don't know. But these are all things, again, we've got, or I've certainly got a little bit of hindsight this year, which is so valuable in anything, but I think particularly in gardening, you know, it's going to be great. So what about the melon? What about the melon varieties this year, Jim? What do you think we should do?
Yeah, so we're going to do the same ones we did last year, which are the Minnesota midget.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have, so that's a cantaloupe. And then we have my filthy seed packet, the sugar baby, the filthy sugar baby.
Okay.
The very dirty baby. Yes.
Okay.
And I might go as far. Now, those will be the ones that I use for the challenge. But I do have other varieties that I think I'm going to also try that will be outside of the challenge.
Yeah.
To see if I can do them. So.
Yeah. I know I've been promised some seeds, which may arrive in time, and I will just give them a go. Again, that's the thing with garden. Give them a go. Mm-hmm. What have you got to lose apart from your half of the world's respect as a melon growing champion? But last year we had, I had on in the UK, we had a net with some gorgeous melons. Oh, you see, it sounds bad. I can't help it. And York, not only was it York's first year growing melons, but it was her first year gardening. Mm-hmm. And she grew some incredible melons just in her back garden. So, and she only lives up the road, so I've got no excuse, so that's quite inspirational. And I think if anybody wants to take a look at what happened last year, I think the majority of it's all been hashtagged. So again, if you go to Instagram, if you go to Facebook, if you go to either of our channels, or I think just on YouTube anyway, if you put hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge, you'll be able to see from start to finish the progress of last year's challenge and how it worked. And things that worked and things that maybe didn't work so well. But again, it's a bit of a learning process, isn't it? So
I found it interesting that a great portion of the growers over here were pretty much around the same growing zone as me.
Right. Okay.
Allie, who was just across the border in Canada and Southern Ontario, and Robin in Chicago. And it's pretty much all the same climate. I want more Southern growers. Where are my Southern friends? Oh my goodness. You guys will grow amazing melons.
I was going to say, they've got the climate, haven't they? They've got the climate. They need to get in there. We need to get that word out. If you are watching this now and you're excited at all about joining in the challenge, share it. Mm-hmm. Share it. Get the word out. Come on, let's try and get as many people as we can involved. I think the more the merrier, So yes. I'm looking at my list, Jim. We were talking about start dates, but I think we've agreed that because we're all in different parts of the world, it's not necessarily fair to do, one actual date that we've all got to sow our seeds in. So do whatever's best for you. Mm-hmm. And same for the finish date. We'll all be finishing at different times. Jim, you were saying your frost is...
And very end of May.
Yeah. And then your first frost is October?
Like mid-October.
Yeah. So what we're looking for really is just sow some melons, share them on our channels or wherever with the hashtag. And then toward the end of the season, when yours are ready, harvest them. But share it again. It's just all about sharing it. And hopefully we might inspire more and more people to do it and more people to join in. And hopefully by the end of this growing season, I might be able to have a melon to share as well instead of a tiny little thing.
What I would love to do is the two of us, or maybe we can include some other people in a Zoom call, which would be really fun. Different people who have really participated and are really willing to have a big Zoom call, and we can all, chat about our experience, or we could all have a melon tasting or something like that. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I just thought of that.
Oh my goodness. So we could get people to actually join in a Zoom. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think that would be really fun. That's going to be, I'm quite excited about that now. Mm-hmm. But I know, sorry, Rocky's just started to bark.
He's so excited too. He's
really excited. He's saying, go UK. Great idea.
Fun. And I would really it would be really cool if a little bit, I don't know, it'd be fun to share your process all the more this year.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm sowing the seeds and then, okay, here's my plant type of thing. I'm going to put it out. Like last year I chitted my seeds and I did a photo online. I didn't really show you exactly, what it was looking like and things like that. Yeah. Maybe more of a process for our viewers out there would be really, really awesome. What did you do? What are you doing? What do you suggest?
Yeah.
Every little step. Even during the growing season, if you like to prune, if you don't like to prune, if you like to trellis,
Yeah.
Why?
Absolutely.
You know,
and I think what I found last year as well, quite a few people who are very keen to start with, as soon as they started to see a couple of failures, they stopped and they didn't want to share the failures. And when I spoke to them independently, they were saying, yeah, they didn't really work out and this happened. And yeah, we can learn from that. We can learn from that. So, and you know, I've certainly got plenty of failures on my channel. I think you less so, Jim.
oh,
Things always seem to work.
no.
But it's good. We learn from our failures. You know,
Absolutely.
We're not sitting here saying this is how we're going to do it and they're all going to grow. I've got no idea what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you were saying you've got snow due tomorrow, Jim.
Tomorrow.
You know, so we can't help the weather. We can't help, you know, external factors in our growing season. So, yeah, I think that's really good. So, sow your melons when you want to. Pick them when you want to, as long as you share them with us. And we'll see.
Absolutely.
End of September, we'll have fun along the way. We'll have lots of collaborative ideas coming together along the way. And yeah, by the end of September, we'll see glorious pictures of you know what all over social media.
Yes. Supple fruits.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, anything else to say, Jim?
I don't think so. Just follow the directions on your seed packets. Okay. Depending on where you're growing. Okay?
Yeah.
Mother Nature will take care of the rest and it'll just decide, you know, what's going to happen when. Okay. It's not going to be as stringent this year, but we do ask that, you know, we definitely want things to be shared a lot more if you can. If you're willing to. You know, and it's not necessarily, you don't have to check in with me if you're from, you know, North America and you have to check in with Jane. Just check in with all of us. You know, we're all doing this together. So be fun.
I've got something up my sleeve that I'm not telling Jim about. So Team UK, watch this space. Okay. All right then, Jim. So it's the start of a new challenge. We'll put all the details in, all the links in the videos below. There'll be things coming up on Facebook, things coming up on Instagram. So keep in touch with that and good luck.
Good luck. Hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge.
Melon Challenge. Yay.
All
okay,
one word.
Jim. Good luck for you. You're going to need it.
Game on, sister.
Game on. Okay. Good to see you, Jim. Okay, bye.
Bye.